Welcome back, everybody, to DreamHack Tour. As we can see on screen, the HR guys are getting ready for their battle against ENCE, who are now on the screen as well. And luckily for us, the person who we have with us at our desk to the left of Pimp is Natu. Metas, you're loving it, right, to be back here for an ENCE battle with Mr. Natu himself?
I am, because if nothing else, it's incredibly entertaining just watching his reactions to everything. When they fail, he's like, he doesn't say anything, though, in fairness to him. Very professional.
Pimp, do you know how invested Natu is?
Yeah, I've seen.
Yeah?
I mean, you know, when you literally have your money in it, then...
Yeah, oh yeah, I didn't mean
invested.
literal action invested. I just meant whatever, spiritually invested or whatever.
Well, all sorts of ways, to be honest with you, so...
Yeah, so, well, it's about to happen. Are you ready? Is your team ready?
They should be. I mean, you know, they don't have any pressure at this point, to be honest with you. No one's really expecting a lot. Well, coming into it, no one really expected anything. But now, obviously, they have a standing plane. But, well, interesting fact is, obviously, they played one another earlier. It's a bit of a rough match for ENCE, but if it's going to be Dust 2 again, I feel like that could be something where if ENCE has learned their lesson about how Hellraisers like to play that map, you know, you never know, it could turn out a different fare, but it's still going to be a tough one for them.
Metas, do you think equally the same as Natu, or are your thoughts a bit different?
Yeah, I feel the same way. Hellraisers have been struggling as of late with their LAN performances, I think it's safe to say, so... Coming into this game, I would say I would favour Hellraisers, but I agree with what Natu just said. Dust 2, I'm not entirely sure we'll see it picked. Overpass obviously going to be the first ban from Hellraisers. From ENCE, because Hellraisers is very solid on the map. ENCE don't particularly play it. In fact, I think it's pretty much an insta-ban all the time whenever they play it, right? So I'm pretty convinced it's going to be Overpass first ban. Maybe Dust 2 played.
Pimp, we've had you here all day. Are you enjoying yourself so far?
Yeah, it's cool.
And what do you think about this final matchup that's about to happen?
I think Hellraisers is the clear favorites going into this. I expected more from ENCE playing against Dignitas. I didn't think Dignitas were playing well, and despite that, they crushed ENCE without any problems. So ENCE were not playing well either, I'd say. So they have to step up the game, and Hellraisers obviously also have to step up their game from their first game against Orbit. That was not pretty either. So it's like two teams that has a little ruined right now, I'd say. And it kind of depends on which one of the teams that can pick themselves up and go win this match, because none of them look great in their first matchup today. Great.
Why don't we take a look at the first team who will be squaring off against ENCE. It is, of course, Hellraisers, made up of Zero, Angel, Stiko, Oscar, and Bondik. Who so far do you think has been playing the best on this team, Natu?
I mean, it's been fairly even across the board. To be honest with you, I was expecting more from Oscar, considering what he did yesterday comparing to today. Kind of underwhelming to me. Stiko actually played quite well in their first match, especially on Dust 2. Bondik had a bit of an up and down game as well.
That's an interesting...
It's really hard to really just pick one player, to be honest.
No, for sure. It's an interesting note that we had on the team there, that they won the last European minor. Is that correct?
Yeah, they did.
So they're going to be looking to repeat that, but I personally am not sure that they can do it. Their opponents are going to be the formidable ENCE, and that is, I think, already quite a task that's going to be difficult to overcome, especially with how ENCE have been starting to progress. What do you think?
I really agree with what Pimp said before. This game is there to be won for both teams. Neither team has looked fantastic. Neither team has looked flawless. So it's just up to who's going to deliver. But obviously, Alu, Yuho, Zartez, Sunny, and Nasu stepping in for Stonda. The Opus, Alu's had to shift. It's been interesting to see how he's, as a result, been struggling or flourishing with the AWP. He had some crazy performance on the first half of Train. I think he finished 21-5 or something like that, which is astonishingly good. But can he keep that up? That's the question.
Yeah, well, ENCE did lose earlier in the tournament. What was the score? It was 16-9. But I wouldn't take too much from that. I think it's definitely match to match, map to map. What are your thoughts on that, Pimp?
Definitely. Like going into a best of one game is different from going into a best of three game. So if we do get to see the same map again, I think it will be a different approach from both teams, basically. Obviously, Hellraisers did win the first time around, and it was quite convincingly, so they had the edge. But again, going into a best of three game and going into a best of one is never the same thing. You have a different mindset. You know that you can afford to lose one map, you can afford to make mistakes and still come back into the game. And it just, for some teams, it just releases the pressure and make them play better, basically, in a best of two, in a best of three than a best of one. So it's open.
Yeah, especially if it comes down to the same map. If it's going to be Dust 2 in the poll, then it's always harder for the one that has won the map than for the one that has lost it, because when you've lost it, there's a lot of things you can improve, you can change, you can learn from the previous match. For example, when you're playing Hellraisers, they really like to do their catwalk pushes, and they're really effective with those. They have some nice flashes, real-time coordinated attacks, and it's going to be super hard to hold a bomb site. So basically what I want to do, similar to what Orbit managed to do a couple of times, is just play an A retake kind of a strategy, and then play maybe even 2 in B, 1 middle, 1 just playing car, 1 long, and just basically give up on that A site and fight long if they do come long. And then if they come B split, obviously you have 1 in middle and 2 in B, so that's always going to be beneficial for you. And that A bomb side on Dust 2 is quite retakeable. So there's a definite weakness in the way that Hellraisers like to play that Dust 2 T side that you can exploit.
So then ENCE are going to have the chance to adapt and correct mistakes, whereas Hellraisers might not necessarily. Which maps do you think favour either team? Which maps are we likely to see in the veto, which is just about to come up now?
I can pretty much predict this probably. ENCE is going to take off Overpass. Hellraisers is going to take out Train.
There we go.
Then Hellraisers is probably going to pick Dust 2. And ENCE is going to pick, I think, probably Mirage this time around. And then one of the two is going to veto Nuke out. And ENCE is probably going to leave Nuke out there and just veto Cobblestone and bank for Cash being the third one.
Okay, I don't disagree with you. Anyone have any opinion? Because we're just, well, ENCE have picked Mirage. Anyone?
Should be straightforward, as Nato just said.
Yeah.
Like, the question is if Nuke will be left in from either teams. I know they've been practicing it both at home before going to the
Oh, here we go.
So
Here we go. It's the lucky dip, number 3.
it could be.
ENCE will be hoping this isn't Cobblestone.
I'm actually slightly. I'm feeling it. Oh no! Okay, there we go. It's the big C. It is Cash.
Yeah.
We've dodged the bullet that is Nuke currently. I think. What are you guys' thoughts on Nuke? I don't think it's really suitable right now for competitive play.
Yeah, I haven't seen a single official match on
Yeah.
it, really.
Same.
I haven't seen two actual teams play on the map, so it's really hard for me to say, to be honest with you. Have you guys been practicing it?
we played it before going into this tournament with Killian, kind of to have it as an ace in our sleeve. Never got that far, unfortunately.
Didn't quite get the chance to use that ace.
Nonetheless, we played it, and we played it against a lot of teams, especially Russian teams like to play it. And I honestly believe that there's a lot of room for improvements. Obviously, it's a new map, but it's playable already now. I'd say it reminds me of the old Nuke, especially from the Source days.
What's the balance like in terms of rounds?
It's very up and down right now because you figure something new out, then you suddenly can just roll out the whole half. But I'd say it's still a CT-side map. But there are lots of options for the T to exploit that, and it's like it has a lot of the elements the map had in Source as well, especially where you have quick rotations through the vents and the old Nuke as well. And like it's a nice map, and I do think with some tricks it could be a very great and very competitive map for the future.
Have you been able to identify already the main issues with it, if at all?
I think it's too easy to get up into higher CT high. If you like the catwalk
As
is
a
easy
T,
to access.
yes.
Yeah, the catwalk is easy to access from the terrorist, and you can even if you're standing under high, you can just jump up in high as a terrorist into CT high. So that's way too easy. It makes it too hard for the CTs to cover all angles and cover all bases basically. That's one of the problems, but it is, to me, it's already a decent map. So small tweaks and get the teams to know the map, and it could be a great map to see.
Remember as well that when Overpass was first released, there were changes between then and now. So there are definitely room for error and room for changing things up if Valve so choose. So Nuke could get a bit of an overhaul still.
Okay, well, why don't we get into the predictions for this match, the numbers, so to speak. Do you want to start off, Metas?
Oh, man. I think it's going to be 2-1 Hellraisers. Again, Oscar, for me, has to step up. He's their star player, right? Bondix, newly added to the roster house. He going to perform. He had a hit or miss Evo LAN, so I'll be curious to see that. But I'll go 2-1 Hellraisers.
I do assume it's probably going to go 3. I feel like Mirage is where probably ENCE is going to have their chance at Dust 2. It's going to be tough, although now that we have Dust 2 on the poll, like I said, it's always harder for the team that's previously won this matchup just earlier, basically. So, I mean, I think it's still going to go 3 maps, and obviously I'm obliged to say it's going to be ENCE winning it. Don't have a choice, do I?
Not much.
Well, actually you do, and you exercise it quite well. I think your logic makes sense. So, Pimp, what about you?
I'm going to say it's going to be a clean 2-0 sweep for Hellraisers. I don't think ENCE has enough firepower. I don't think ENCE has enough. They have the desire, but Hellraisers know that they're the favorites. Hellraisers know that they got to win this game, and Hellraisers know that they're a team that should be at the major qualifier. I think they're going to, like, if they're a great team, we will see that now. If they were to lose to ENCE now, then it will probably be some dark period going in for Hellraisers. But I have faith in Hellraisers showing that they are the better team, and they are one of the teams that should be playing for qualification for the major.
I definitely think it's going to be super close. I think going with what you have been bringing up, Natu, if ENCE can win Mirage and they can adapt on Dust 2, it could be a 2-0 in their favor. So I'll go with that, and that'll be my opinion on the matter. Thank you so much, guys. We'll speak to all of you shortly, but Natu and Metas will be casting the next match, and we are going to get into it. It is ENCE versus Hellraisers.
So here we go, Natu. Plug yourself in, strap yourself in. It's going to be an interesting one for you, I'm sure. You're going to be keeping a keen eye. Hellraisers, ENCE. Both teams conceivably could win this, hence the 2-1. I agree. I think we're going into the third map here. I can't see it being a 2-0 whitewash either way.
Yeah, I mean...
And it's going to be so close.
I guess the danger is, like I just mentioned there previously, is the fact that Dust 2, like I said, they played one another. They've identify a lot of the issues they had previously on it, and well, I spent a good time explaining it to them as well. Obviously, you know, having the possibility of watching these teams play from our perspective, you get the whole picture all the time up. So let's see how they actually, if they manage to put that into actual gameplay from my theories. But I mean, yeah, it's still going to be a tough one. I think. Probably going to be a couple of heart attacks here at the casting desk coming up.
I definitely believe that. But ENCE, Nasu was really struggling on cash yesterday, so that could be a little bit of a concern coming forward here into the latter stages.
Yeah,
I think it was 1 for 11 or something at one point, but obviously Mirage is going to kick things off for us.
Yeah, it is. Cash is a map, especially CT side. Rotations are so important, and it's a lot about having the feel of what's going on and playing off with your teammates. But we are live here, and it's going to be Mirage, like you said, for the first map. And ENCE is starting on the T side. They have a set of nades on Xarte. Everyone else with armors and Glocks.
Incendiary in the hands of Bondik. And, well, there it is. We said Oscar is one of their star players, a guy that has to perform 2 headshots in quick succession. Is one hell of a way to kick things off. And they still have that Incendiary, the smoke and the flash. So ENCE right up against it in the early stages. Although this is going to bring them back somewhat. A strange peek from Angel.
Exactly. That was not necessary at all. And the 2 other team members right now, I think Xarte and Nasu, are MB apps, waiting for an opportunity if anyone else going to peek. The bomb now. There is Tico. He's going to take that peek. He spotted the bomb. He's going to make the call. The bomb is coming to B right now. The rotation's running in. All 3 terrorists are on that B bomb. So it's Tico getting that headshot onto Nasu and Xarte. And onto Alu as well. And that's going to be just 2 members of Hellraisers demolishing all of ENCE in that pistol round.
One of the players that you highlighted saying that he has been one of the standout players stepping up to the plate. Full house of frags. 3 for him.
Yep.
And 2 for Oscar. Great play. Spinning around. Boom.
Yep. Spin botting, of course.
Back, of course, incoming. Ripping pepperonis.
Why not at a minor, of all places?
So, scout picked up for Oscar. Not necessarily a huge surprise there. He does love himself some scoped-in weapons, and this is a fairly standard position to use the scout. The jump shots that we saw earlier from Config were ripping players to shreds, and there's Oscar. Takes down Nasu.
Yep, a lot more conservative approach to the second round right now from ENCE. It's going to be Stico going down to 5 HP as well. Angel just pushed for catwalk. He doesn't, like, he dares to take a battle when he has to, or even when he doesn't have to. Sunny with the 2 big kills on A side. It's going to open up the whole side. It gets a UMP. The bomb, though, it's going to be all the way in T spawn, so it's going to take quite a while before it gets onto the side. And in the meanwhile, Oscar Angel making work. Sunny with only 38 HP. Molly goes down 2. Done of Xarte with AHP. And a Deagle gets a headshot. Becomes a 1-on-2. But this is going to need a miracle right now, as he's going to try to plant the bomb. It's not going to happen. Stico gets the kill.
Yeah, you can see what he's going for. As you kind of touched upon, it would be a miraculous play for him to clutch that. So just try and get the bomb, try and get something out there going forward. They did get a few kills, though, so Hellraisers' economy did take a bit of a pounding in that round.
Yeah, it seems to be a bit of a thing for Hellraisers to be a little bit careless in this situation.
As they transit into the site, but Xarte with the first kill in the round is A massive one for the Finns as they look to push through on the ramp. Just a P90 in the hands of Stiko. It's going to be an up-close and personal weapon, but again, ENCE positioning themselves so that they're going to have to be fought on from long range, and Yuho's going to land the upshot onto Oscar, who's peeking from the CT boxes. Now that P90 is coming into play from Stiko. Bomb still hasn't been planted as well, though it's about to be from Zarte.
They have a player on the catwalk as well, so that could really work out great for ENCE right now, but well, here comes the retake right now. Yuho is in a bit of a pickle with that AWP. He's going to get grenaded away from the map. It's already going down as well, and Connector is smoked off right now, so it becomes close to impossible for Sunny, who's made his way to jungle. Gonna get a pick onto Zero. Gonna make it a 1-on-2. Goes for the counter right now. And, oh, whoa, it's not gonna get that duel. Angel 1 to 1 HP though.
Very close.
So yeah, another close round, but it's gonna go the way of Hellraisers to make it 4-0. Wow. Fatherly. Thank you, son. You've done well.
Just needed to caress him after getting knocked down to 1 health. Make sure he's still okay.
Why not?
It's been a solid start from Hellraisers, though, all things considered. ENCE are going to go for a half buy. This allows them to get AKs in the next round, but it still gives them some firepower here in round 5. As a result of their kills in the bomb plants earlier. UMP for Sunny. A little bit surprised that they didn't give that to Yuho, because he was loving that weapon on Cobblestone earlier.
It's true. We also see Sunny, I think he won a 1-on-2 against Godsend with the UMP on this B-bomb side earlier yesterday. So, it's pretty good with that too.
Ooh, that incendiary's going to get instantly extinguished, which is a bit of a facepalm moment for Hellraisers. Not that it may end up mattering a great deal, because Stiko's in the perfect position to spray down 3 kills, whips out his deagle. Can he get a 4th? No. Is a resounding answer, but he has done his job in round 5. There's Alu with a P250 to try and take some vital money away from the CTs. Only good for the 1 kill.
Well, at least they got 2 kills out of that. Obviously, they want a little bit more. It was a full-on half-by execute towards that B-bomb side, but Stiko here in prime position, getting 3, almost making it 4 before Alu get him. He also gets another one, so at least that's going to be a bit of money to get out of the pockets of Hellraisers, but their economy is rather stable right now, and this is the moment in time where ENCE needs to start getting on the board.
Look at this aggression from Oscar right into Palace, and he is going to be rewarded for his hyper-aggression with the kill onto Sunny, not expecting that whatsoever. But that's the kind of AWP that Oscar is. He can just really mix it up and be unpredictable.
Yeah, it's very hard to play as this ball. So the kind of plays you got to be ready for, though. I mean, they do happen every so often. So if you play that Palace position, you just got to be ready. They're going to be ENCE around right now. Just ball flashing Yuho into Connector. There's a player right in front of it, though. On the other side of the smoke. In the meanwhile, the rest of his team basically just working towards the catwalk, trying to make a pick, trying to equalize the situation.
When Oscar's playing aggressively, he's playing confidently, and that is a great sign for Hellraisers. He's a talisman, a pillar on which they try and rest. ENCE, after conceding the first kill, albeit very early on in the round, haven't done a great deal to try and counteract this. They've been feeling their way up Connector. Yuho is here, he sees where the smoke came from, and knew Zero was just round the corner. That's a big kill. Equalizes things up, and you can see Hellraisers aren't entirely sure if the aggression is going to be pulled in right afterwards, but a good position from Oscar, getting the first pick on Palace and then going into B-apps. This could catch ENCE off guard if they're not careful, but they actually landed the first shot and finish him off through the wall. Yeah. Huge pick.
I think they just realized also that Oscar's going to be the only one in, but Stiko already in the window. Bonding in the meanwhile, getting a kill on the other side of the map. Stiko now on the back of bomb side. It's going to get Zarte, but Nasu with the retaliation to make it a 2-on-2 situation. And now the bomb is going to go down with 15 seconds on the clock. One of the CTs coming through kitchen, and one is going to be short. Oh, Angel's already very close. Personal. And I think he saw Nasu go all the way back to the bench.
Oh, that headshot though from Angel now puts Alu in a really difficult position. Does he stay or does he go? Does he play aggressively or passively? He doesn't have anything other than a HE to throw, and that's not going to 100%. Not even close. The bomb is being defused, and unlucky for Alu, was trying to play. Wait, did Bondic just jump M4 him?
Yeah, CSGO for you.
What?
I don't know. I guess it's viable. Why not? Well, that's going to be 6-0 now for Hellraisers, and another close round, though. It's going to be a lot. It's been a lot of close rounds, I have to say, as you can see from the economy of Hellraisers, having to spend the majority of their bank. Right now, it seems like ENCE with the loss bonus, they're going to be buying, also getting the bomb plant means that they're getting an op on Alu as well. Angel, get another short push coming in. Getting a lot of intel in middle. Oscar also in connector. Seems like Hellraisers is opting to do a lot of this mid-connector catwalk kind of aggression towards middle.
And that jump kill at the end actually is significant because it means Alu had to rebuy an AWP, and as a result, only has a smoke and a flash for his troubles. So it wasn't a small passage of play. ENCE, who are currently unable to say they've been successful on their T side, will be looking to change that right here, right now. They still have a bunch of grenades to play with, over a minute on the timer, but no real estate really. They've got a player in underpass and that's about it.
Yeah, that could be a problem when you don't really get any map control before this point in time. So in the end of the day, you're going to have to make a bit of a guess in terms of where you're going to be committing. If you have connector at this point, you know you've cleared that position, so you can explode on the A site really quickly. You can fake that A site really quickly. A lot of options, but right now, they don't really know what they're going into. Well, they're going to be hot flashing their way here through the smoke. Yuho being the first guy, and Oscar on the ticket booth. He's going to get the first one, 0. Coming up with the second one, and then the trade's going in the favor of Hellraisers. Just Sunny left in a 1-on-3, and he's going to go down as well. Quick work by Hellraisers.
Well, there's the problem. When you don't really get any early map control, it just allows Hellraisers to plant both their feet in static positions, and that's where they're at their best, right? That's where they're at their strength. So ENCE just walk into the trap. 7-0 pause has been called from ENCE.
Yep.
Understandably, they've had no love so far on this T side.
Yeah, they're now being able to force any entry kills in middle. That's the issue, really. Like, because the way that Hellraisers right now is playing that mid aggression is that they come in really early on in the round, and then they retreat. They start playing really passively. They're playing the sites. So that is actually quite a smart way of playing, because it becomes really hard to make the right choice when you're on the T side, but you're not getting any openings, you're not getting any kills. Then it comes down to pure executes to be able to excel. And obviously with the fact that ENCE is playing with a stand-in, they haven't gone through each strategy they have up their sleeve. So they don't have as much variance in their strategy book to choose from, to fall back on, really. So it is a smart way to play from Hellraisers.
The two guys at the top of the scoreboard, Oscar and Stiko. Whereas it makes for pretty sad reading from ENCE's perspective. No one on more kills than deaths. No one's really been stepping up too massively, but maybe this pause is the time for them to turn things around back in their favor. I'd like to see maybe some more aggressive set plays. Not entirely sure what we're going to expect from this. I mean you know these guys pretty well.
We could see something faster. I mean, right now they're going to be going on a half buy and just banking on the run after, but maybe they're going to go for just like a B short push right now. Trying to wait if there's anyone pushing short. They have Angel right there, and 3 of the ENCE players coming in. It's going to be trades favoring Hellraisers though, and it's going to be Sunny left as a lone warrior right now, but he's going to be on short as well. Kill onto Stiko, but Oscar in the end, he's just going to get that last one and another round into Hellraisers count. And this is where the actual buy round comes in, and let's see what the adaptation is going to be like.
That's pretty nuts crossfire as well. Angel on short, you had Zeros and Connector just spamming through the smoke as the call came in, and then Oscar was in B-Apps just overwatching with the AWP. So a really solid play from Hellraiser. But as you said, this is the moment that we've been waiting for after the pause. This is where they've got to put those new strats into play, or just try and get the opening picks. But look at this from Hellraisers. They realize that maybe things are going to change, and in doing so, they try and occupy mid. Angel, very aggressive. He is getting so much information from this push.
Yeah. Well, the fact of the matter is right now, 2 of the turrets are in T-spawn or towards the A-bomb side, and 3 are making a play towards B. The smokes are even raining in on the B-bomb side, so that might cause an over-rotation. This might be some misinformation because of the push from Angel right now.
It's so strange, isn't it? You think the Angel's push is like the determining factor, but actually that almost baits Hellraisers into assuming it is the B play, whereas the bomb has gone to the A site and it will be planted, you assume, pretty soon. Actually, that being said, Hellraisers have quickly rotated themselves through CT spawn. On CT box, they're going to be boosting up. That bomb still hasn't been planted just yet, so it could all be for naught.
Exactly, took a little bit too much time for ENCE to get to the bomb side. Now the bomb's dropped, actually. Angel getting a kill, but Nasu retaliation. The plant comes in. All 3 CTs for this spot. Alu missing a crucial shot, but connects on the second one. Now it becomes a 2-on-2 with Bondi getting a kill, but Alu once again prevails. Now with 0, the last CT alive.
Oh, this smoke could really play some mind games. Molotov going to be landing in the ramp, but Zarte goes for the quick peek. And ENCE, their pause has proved to be fruitful. First round on the board.
Yeah, that was a nice fake towards the B bomb side. Taking the bomb to the A bomb side. It took a little bit too much time to actually get the bomb in there. And the fact of the matter that Angel pushed middle, he thought it was going to be a full-on B execute with the smokes coming in. The call probably came from his teammate. Oh, there's smokes coming in. And Angel said, oh, I'm behind him. I'm behind him. It's going to be a B push, boys. Well, it turns out 2 of the ETs were actually in Slope and A Palace. And, well, that's going to be an ENCE round. But right now, economy is in shambles for them. Only 2 survived that round that won, so this could be a reset moment. So you got to make sure they're getting this one because it could get ugly afterwards.
We've literally seen Oscar in every forward position so far on the CT side. We've seen him push Palace, we've seen him in B apps, now we've seen him in underpass, looking up towards the T side of B apps. He is so incredibly
Look at this.
versatile, but ENCE are having none of it. They're going to play as passive as you like. Oh, they line up and Angel nearly gets both.
Yoho down
So
9
awkward.
HP as well, yeah.
Yeah, great damage expended from Hellraisers, but that being said, there's still some pretty solid weapons in the hands of ENCE, including an AWP still in the hands of Alu. Got 2 big kills in the last round.
Bondik right now in a prime position, but he's not going to get blinded, but Sartre realizes where he's going to be. It's down to 0, and the rotation coming in. The 0's not going to get anyone. Oh, he's going to get 1, but gets traded away by Sunny. Now it's a 2-on-3 situation. Yuho with another kill as well. Stiko, the last man in CT spawn. And he's going to get the palm planter. It's going to be Hollow going down. Yuho's on down to 9 HP, so it's pretty much on Sunny who gets grenaded slightly. Stiko with 74 HP as well.
30 seconds left. ENCE know exactly where Stiko is, but Stiko knows where at least one of these players is. Now that the flash comes over and he's picked up the first kill, this could go horribly wrong for the T's. They need this round, and Sunny bursts out of Palace, connects the headshot. And ENCE just about get their second round, but that was way too close for comfort.
Yeah, they're still not out of the woods with their economy. Only 1 player, Sunny, surviving that one, so money definitely is not super good. They're going to be totally invested on this one, but still a lot of nades. And actually, Hellraiser's economy has been broken. They're going to be force bound into this. This defense actually realizes this. They're just going to be plowing into that A side. Sunny coming in, taken out by Oscar. And Oscar getting another one as well with the 5-7. Such a deadly weapon from that short range. He's going for a 3rd. He gets one on the Xarte. And then Alu and Nasu finally getting a kill of their own. Still a 2-on-3 situation favoring Hellraisers.
Oscar, armed with a 5-7, kills 3 players by himself. That's almost unforgivable for ENCE, especially in this kind of round. It would have got them right back into this game. But it's not over just yet. They still have 2 players. UMPs in the hands of both Bondik and Stiko, one of which is in range of Alu. And now Nasu, with over a minute to play with. I mean, he's just so many different angles. Natu, you must be hating,
well,
hating what you just watched.
They just didn't realize the situation of the economic situation probably. And Oscar being in the prime position as they plow in. Had they had the first guy needed to have more help, there was no chance of trying to refrag Oscar, and he was given the chance to get all those 3 kills. That's unforgivable, obviously. And that means that right now, ENCE's economy is going to be in shambles. They have Tech 9, 2 Tech 9s, a Deagle UMP, and an AK-47. But Oscar opening things up. Also, Angel just pushing in with the UMP from Catwalk. And this is just falling apart right now for my fellow Finns, 1 by 1.
It really is.
This is just not cool.
No chill from Hellraisers. No chill today. But I tell you what must be very worrying for you and the rest of ENCE at this point is if Oscar's playing this well on Mirage, Dust 2 is typically an AWPer's paradise. How is he going to factor there?
Yeah, I mean, well, you can't really. I mean, you just try to avoid him basically. I guess it's the medicine for that situation. But I mean, I don't mind the faster gameplay, but there needs to be better synergy in that. There needs to be the possibility for a refrag. So far, that's not the case. Oscar, he's been catered more frags in middle as it's ENCE saving. And, oh, well, a bit of a dink there to Oscar. Is going to go down to 49 HP, but he doesn't care. It's going to be a full-on brawl going on in middle.
Yeah, and again, you have that trifecta of players for Hellraisers, connector, window short. It's so difficult to flash out when you pretty much only have pistols. And a similar result will come in. So ENCE already backs against the wall on Mirage. Yep. It is CT-sided, but it's not this CT-sided.
Yes, they would definitely want to win out like the last 2, make it 4. That's where you can still make it competitive. If you take that pistol round on the second half, then you'll still have that outside chance of coming back into it. But so far, it's not been pretty on their T side, and just being very good job from Hellraisers, obviously. Doing the right calls, and right now it's going to be a push into B-Balance. Tico, it's going to go down, but then Oscar for the trade kill onto Nasu as well. Had no idea, I guess, he was there.
It's got to be so frustrating, man, to play against Oscar. He's just been in mid the last 3 rounds, and then suddenly you get the kill, and you're like, yes, okay, let's go B, and then the AWP's in your face, and you've dropped the bomb in the middle of nowhere.
I think that's one of the best ways, well, probably the best way of playing as an offer, which is just switch around your position to be really unpredictable, so you just don't really know where he's going to be at. And when he has the right calls all the time, well, this is what it looks like, right? He's going to be at the right time, at the right place at the right time all the time.
It certainly seems like he has the number of ENCE. Zero in jungle has the number of Alu. That's a big player, dead and buried for round 14.
A little bit too individually there. Yeah, they're moving around a little bit too individually there. I mean, if you wanna have a chance, then it has to be a lot more together.
Bondic back of CT boxes, throwing out the incendiary. He does actually get, I thought he got dinked. I heard the noise, but only lost 3 health. Partially through the wall. Uho has Sandwich locked down, actually backs away. The bomb in the hands of ENCE. 25 seconds though, they have to push onto the A site. They can't rotate themselves back round. The good exchange passage of play for ENCE. Finds it in a 2v2 with Oscar and his AWP, and Angel is there to help out his AWP. Leaving Zarte with the bomb planted on Firebox. Flash is landing in. No more grenades that he has to deal with, though, from Hellraisers. So it's going to come down to just this 1-on-2 brawl, and he is coming out well so far. But if he peeks, Oscar's going to have him. And that's exactly what happens. And so close yet so far, 12-2.
Yeah, again, kind of a scrappy round. It was basically just individual skill that made it even that close. There wasn't not a lot of coordination coming in from ENCE there in that round. A lot of the first 2 players who were just basically individual trying to make plays. At the end of the day, Oscar once again prevails, and that's going to be, well, 12th round on the board for Hellraisers on the first half here. 12-2 scoreline, and obviously ENCE buying everything they can at this point for this last round of the half.
Well, trying to focus on the positives here, but drawing a bit of a blank for ENCE. I mean, they've got you onto the site a few times, they've got a few bomb plants down, but Hellraiser's just been up to the task. Set play, at least faked for now, from ENCE. As again, it's going to be Angel pushing up mid, but this time he finds himself in the front of a firing squad. 3 players pick him off. Yuho's down to 9, so he did at least take some damage to his grave. Zero. And meanwhile, he's going to clean up on 2 players. They're going out 1 by 1, and he is going to lock this down. Spraying through connector. Nearly actually gets a 3rd, but meanwhile he spins around. 4 kills for him. Looking for a 5th. He can't get the ace, but what an individual performance from Zero. And now it all falls to Zarte in that grade. Ooh, I thought that would have finished his life. He's down to 3 instead. But Hellraisers will pick up a 13-2 lead at half-time. And, I mean, I've seen crazier things happen in CS, but for me, that's pretty much the map over.
Yeah, it definitely is really rough for ENCE right now. Just picking up 2 rounds. There are a few moments where they could have possibly won an after play, but for the most part, I mean, the plays that Angel was managing to do, pushing everywhere, and actually working out for him for a lot of time, it took them all 15 rounds before they could really penalize him for doing that push. It's just the kind of plays that's not supposed to happen. Like this on Zero here, I mean, obviously great, he got a lot of kills, but the first 2 were basically freebies. 2 guys just jumping in through a smoke individually instead of just having a pop flash and just 2 guys coming in instantly together. Make sure you're at least trading that kill. So it seemed like ENCE is just somehow the synergy is just not there right now when it comes to their executes.
That's it. Especially
Patience is out of the window.
Yeah. No, that's exactly what it feels like desperation play, like they're just panicking somewhat, because on T side, avenging frags are everything. If a CT gets a 1-for-1 trade, the terrorists are pretty happy with that. But Zero getting 4 kills from that position is pretty sickening, I would say, if you're ENCE. But 13-2 half, they can win the pistol, maybe that's the long way back home. And it's going to be full USPs by the looks of things. What's Yuho going to go for? He's going to go for the Kevlar as well.
Yep. On the T side, you have Oscar as the raid boss. He has to take 9 in an armor with Bondic with the lone smoke. Seems like it's going to be a V play coming in here from Hellraisers. Xardi and Nasu playing this B-bomb site. Xardi just jumping, getting information. Now Oscar and Stico just waiting for the call, the cue to go, and here he comes. Oscar's going to be the first guy in with a Tech 9. Is he going to make it work? That is the question. He should be in prime position. He does get the first kill on the Xardi. Now it's all under Nasu on that B-bomb site. And there's also a flanker here in the middle. Oh, and sort of just trying to plow through the smoke, trying to get that planet out to play, but doesn't work out. It's a 4-on-2, and it's favoring Hellraisers heavily, and it's not looking pretty for ENCE.
Definitely not looking pretty at all, is it? Sunny gonna try and shine in this round, but no. Stico with the USP, on point, headshot, and they'll have half a mind now to the next map of Dust 2, which of course is Hellraiser's choice, and they had success against ENCE early on in the tournament. I think we said 16-9 was the scoreline, so it wasn't too close overall. I know that you have had a word with the boys from ENCE though on Dust 2, and you've given them some pointers, so maybe we are going to see a revitalized ENCE team.
You would hope so after just getting 2 rounds here. Mirage and Yuho though, he's going to open things up with a nice deagle headshot. The kid really knows how to play with that deagle. It's one of those weapons that only few really master. Right now it's going to be a short push coming in. Nasu, a lot of damage on the second guy as well. Gets 1 kill. Alu also going to tag. No, he's going to get 1 kill. But then going down to Oscar. It's a 3-on-2 situation right now. Favoring the CTs, both 0 on Oscar. Super low on HP though. So it's still possible for ENCE right now. Sunny is going to be, I think it's in B apps. Meanwhile, it's going to be starting on Yuho here in Kitchen.
I say, considering the health and considering the weapons, ENCE will be favorites to take this 2-on-3. Zero's already battered down multiple players, but very smart. As soon as the first kill goes down, they're just preemptively spamming the position. They have enough time without the kit anyway to get the defuse, so trying to just maybe get some respect back.
Again, a bit of a vintage Angel play where he just he likes to do all these ultra aggressive, very fast plays. I don't really agree with that theory when it comes to playing against force plays. I want to take it slow. I want to have a full-on execute to a site to make it as uncomfortable as possible in all the corners that CTs could be illuminating. Instead, just flipping a coin and running the catwalk when you don't really have any idea what's going on with the CTs is a huge risk to take. And well, as you can see, it didn't really pay off for Hellraisers, and it's managing to pick up their 3rd round. And now it's going to be forced buy on Hellraisers.
Yeah, completely agree, and I think maybe take a leaf out of the NIP threat playbook. They are one of the best teams at anti-ecoing, and that's because they play so damn passive and they allow the opposition to hang themselves almost. But Hellraisers right back into the action, and the first kill is a 1 dig. Second, the AK spray down.
And a massive, massive advantage with a 5-on-3 on the T side. It's going to cripple the defense very hard. Well, some kind of a aggressive move is now necessary for ENCE. They need to pair up and then try to push one part of the map, try to gain some information, try to force a pick. Right now it seems like Alo's going to be in window trying to force that pick, and he's going to go down to 11 HP, and Bonding also getting a pick on a Sunny. So this is just crumbling down 1 by 1, and that's going to be the A-side loss already. A bomb is coming up from the slope too. So this looks like it's going to be a tough one for ENCE.
Alu, 11 health. Lazarte, 73. Lazarte is going to make that enforcing for him and brings it back to a 2-on-3. 35 seconds left. Bomb going towards the A site, but so is Angel's AK. In fact, it's an M4, pardon me, and he's going to go in for a 2nd kill. And 15 rounds now on the board for Hellraisers, and I think 12 map points, or somewhere thereabouts. An obscene amount of map points, let's just say. As you convert one of them, they'll be taking the 1-0 lead.
Yeah, I think you'll be pretty happy when you have that situation where you have 12 map points to play with, 15-3. It's a rather brutal scoreline to be at. And obviously desperation play right now for the CTs, so they force bot into it. They have a max 7, they're pushing the palace right now. Bonding is ready for it though, but is he gonna be ready for one being as close as he is? Nope, Nasser's gonna get that kill. Stico though is gonna get one on to Yuho to make it a 4-4, and seems like a B push is coming in. Alo here with a max 7. He needs to shine with it. He gets... No, he does not get the first one. Seemed like that was going to be 100% kill. No, that's going to be 100% lost bomb side, and Angel all the way in the kitchen already. But Sunny actually managed to get that kill. Oh. A 3-on-3 before the grenade comes in, and Oscar just runs in there too. It's all up to Nasu now.
Stico with 3 kills in this round. Bomb plant, and Nasu has a big task ahead of him. First kill does go his way. He's got 2 in this round thus far. He has a Molotov, which could be very useful to at least cordon off one of the areas that he's looking to aggress onto, but this has Hellraisers taking the 16-3 map all over it. Nasu's going to come out did just catch a glimpse, I think, of a player on short. Is trying to tap his way to victory, but he's been knocked down to 19, and he will be circling the drain, and Oscar will flush him down. 16-3, the final scoreline, and a very convincing performance from Hellraisers. And where has this Hellraisers been so far in the tournament?
I don't know. They definitely haven't been here so far, but now they are. So kudos to them. They played very, very well. Did all the aggressive things when they're supposed to. Fell back to being passive when they needed to make sure that ENCE had to make choices. They really didn't know where, like, what they were supposed to do in a sort of a situation where you haven't been able to create an opening kill, and then you just go into one of the bomb sites kind of dry, not really knowing what you're getting into. And then when you add the fact that ENCE's synergy was really not on point, their timings when they were attacking, let's say when they came out through the connector, not together at all, one by one, making it too easy for the player playing jungle or playing at the stairs to get all those picks one by one.
Yeah, there's no getting around it. It was a very poor performance from ENCE, but hopefully they can just dust themselves down, get some resilience back in, and try and bounce back in the best possible way for Dust 2, because that is the next obstacle they need to navigate over. They've already lost it once earlier in the tournament to the hands of Hellraisers. What do you reckon?
I mean, like I said, I gave them some tips in the way they should play Dust 2 to see how they can actually transform that into actual gameplay, and if Hellraisers is going to be able to adjust their things and whatnot. But I mean, obviously after getting just hammered on Mirage, it's going to take a bit of a cooldown for them to get back to it. They definitely need to play better as a team than they did, because we've seen a lot better ends. Has to be said, that was way worse than what was seen earlier this weekend.
Absolutely. Well, I think the player's going to go and take a much-needed break, and so will we. So when you rejoin us, we'll be live for the second map of